29 is our temperature in Hobart, 32 in Clinton, 35 in Woodward, 24 in 80, 25 in Ponca City, 27 in Wichita Falls, 36 in Childress, 39 in Lubbock, and 40 in Amarillo. Here. Okay, let's take a look at our forecast around the nation. Wide swath of snow from the eastern seaboard from Georgia, stretching all the way up into Maine, and stretching down into the Great Lakes, and stretching all the way down to eastern Wisconsin and Illinois as part of a low pressure center in Tennessee, bringing all this snowy weather here. And another snowstorm from northern Rockies from Colorado, stretching up into Wyoming, down to Montana, and down to eastern Idaho, and eastern Washington State. And high pressure center in southeastern New Mexico and northern California. Here. And okay, skies were clearing across Oklahoma today with cold temperatures remaining. High today range from the mid-20s in the northwest to the mid-30s in the southeast. Overnight lows will range from the upper teens to the low 20s. Fair skies and warm temperatures are forecast for Thursday with highs coming into the mid-40s to low 50s. Oklahoma City forecast. Fair skies when cool temperatures are prevailed for Oklahoma City with the high about 33 after an early morning low of 18. State most sections of Oklahoma reported fair to part class skies with cold temperatures while mixture stored sleet fell in the eastern part of the state. Highs across the state range from 25
able to do early in that game to be so
to gauge at 33 at Oklahoma City. And extended outlook, the outlook from Friday through Sunday calls for warmer temperatures and statewide as fair skies amount days with cool nights return to state. Highest temperature be in the 50s, lows in the 20s. Moonrise about 10:08 p.m. on the 13th and sets at 11:30 a.m. on the 14th for tomorrow. Excuse me, and that's great for the weather. I'm Gary Lynch and have a good day. And coming up next after this commercial break will be John Snyder in the sports. Stay tuned on Newsline 9 here.
Just trying to help this team win in any way possible. I've been in the league for a while, so been trying to appreciate these guys and what it's going to take for.
Okay, now to the sports. Here now is John Snyder, and it is a Big 8 opener for the Sooners and the boys here, as both have played 12 games. Oklahoma has tried 9. Starting the lineups in Oklahoma City has 8 combinations. The Sooners have beaten teams they were not expected to do and lost to teams under the same circumstances. The Cowboys have accomplished only the latter. But none of it makes much difference right now. The Sooners surprised a 9-3 record, and the Cowboys slightly baffling 8-4 won't do much good or harm to the club tonight when they open conference play in the Big 8. Oklahoma State consistently projected by coaches to finish in the league's top 3 meets another member of that trio. 8 p.m. in Columbia, Missouri. The Missouri Tigers won a division.
Many years. All right, let's head back across the street right now.
4 undefeated teams are ranked second in the nation and open their Big 8 schedule with a 32-50 win at Colorado last Saturday. Oklahoma picked to drop from 7th to 8th, and those who cover the Big 8 looks for its fifth 8. Real triumph in the 2 season at 9:05 tonight against the Buffaloes in Boulder. It's the opinion of Cowboys coach Paul Hansen as they are early trip to Missouri is as good as any. I'm looking forward to it. I don't feel as a conference loss or 2 right at the start of the crucial anymore than winning 6 of your first 7. He said we've earned the hot start USU has enjoyed last year before finishing in 5th place with an 8-6 league record.
Celtics will have to contend with James Harden tonight.
I just as soon open with them on the road. I know they're tough than how tough they're playing right now, so we might have to be able to judge our ball club against theirs and have a chance at them when we play them at home, Henson said.
Is brought to you in part by Nissan.
Winner of the Wimbledon and the U.S. Open, John McEnroe kept up his rise in the top of the tennis world Tuesday by being named 1981 Male Athlete of the Year for 1981 by the Associated Press.
Before the Guardian had a TV.
The 22-year-old left-hander from New York City received 32 votes in the nationwide ballot by sports writers and broadcasters. He isn't at this as rookie pitcher Fernando Valenzuela, boxer Sugar Ray Leonard, and hockey star Wayne Gretzky. Valenzuela finished with 56 votes, while Leonard, the world welterweight champion, had 36, and Gretzky, high scoring center Edmonton Oilers, finished with 31. Mike's in tremendous tennis with tempered tantrums. McEnroe ended Bjorn Borg's 5-year reign at Wimbledon, whipping it 3-2 in the final. He beat Borg again in the final of the U.S. Open, became the first man since 1925 to win America's top tourney 3 consecutive years. In 1981, McEnroe posted 10 tourney victories and 18 at his finish in the 6-7 and 7 overall mark in the match and led the U.S. to the Davis Cup crown. He is the first tennis player to win the award since the legendary Don Budge, who captured honors in both 1937 and 1938. Lawton Cameron, quarterback, Allen Rock, District 9's Offensive Player of the Year, has left that school with the intention of transferring to the University of Central Arkansas. The team Cameron beat in the first round of the NAIA playoffs. It was announced Tuesday, as I understand it, be throughout that left for Central Arkansas this morning.
Only Nissan Altima is old enough to give you.
Said Cameron coach Cecil Morris. There are no hurt feelings, and if he wants to come back, he's more than welcome. Cameron Rich runs the video passes an average of 15 times a game. UCA, which is located in Conway, runs a multiple offense, which an emphasis on passing. Randy Hapstickler, UCA starting quarterback for 4 years, passed over 7,000 yards during his career there. I think Allen wants to get more statistics from the ball. Morris said Brock, a Clifton product who went to Southwestern in his freshman year, has one more year of eligibility with all the adversity we have this year. This is just one more milestone for us. Morris said after being UCA in the first round of the playoffs, Cameron was disqualified from the further playoff competition by NAIA for using 2 ineligible players during the 5 games of the regular season.
Definitely embrace it.
In Houston, the NCAA has beaten the College Football Association like a drum here Tuesday, but the CFA emerged sending a note of progress. A record crowd of delegates to the NCAA 76 convention voted overwhelmingly against the CFA position on football TV rights, but then endorsed 2 resolutions that would be moved the hardcore CFA supporters. Close to what they want, they give some CFA members much of what they wanted. In a rapid-fire business session that concluded a day earlier than expected, and NCAA first turned down a Texas proposal that would have given the TV rights to the individual schools and approved the constitutional amendment that gave the NCAA federal forms of TV football. Tom Morgan, the Texas factory representative, summed it up. Like a friend from Montana said, sometimes you eat the bear, sometimes you bear eat you. Texas had sent the convention Monday by obtaining a temporary restraining order that would have prevented from the convention from voting on the TV issues except the Texas proposal that the TRO was dissolving by a state district judge later in the day. Later in that session, the convention approved the NCAA council proposal to introduce an amendment that the next convention will be in effect gave Division 1A veto power over any ball television plan coming out of the Division 1. The NCAA TV control proposal introduced more than 2 months ago established separate TV plans for each of the NCAA 3 divisions, which is 1, 2, and 3. In contrast to the previous system of development 1 overall plan. The council resolution does not give us all the autonomy we want, but it's a step in the right direction, said Don Gibbons, the representative from Oklahoma. The convention also approved the council proposal to introduce a plan calling for the restructuring of the council itself. Given each 1 football conference members, CFA members that reviewed 2 proposals of the own for restructuring the council. That 6-1 member CFA had pertaining to TV rights debate by signing a 4-year, $1.8 million contract with NBC and the direct conflict with a $263.5 million contract between the NCAA and ABC and CBS for the same 1982-85 period. The NCAA council then called a special convention in St. Louis in early December, at which the NCAA voted to reorganize Division 1, at which it adopted a plan that will be reduced to Division 1A and composed of the stronger football schools from 1 to 35 members and estimated 90 to 100.
I'm not win games.
Oklahoma fell from the top spot in Iowa, and Iowa State took over the number 1 and number 2 positions in the amateur Western News Fire. The NCAA Division 1 rankings released Tuesday. The Sooners' disappointing performance in the Midlands tournament dropped to the 3rd spot, followed by Oklahoma State in the 4th. Minnesota jumped from 11th to 5th, followed by Michigan State, North Carolina, and Missouri, and Nebraska and Thursday stayed in the top 10. Iowa, which finished 3rd at the Midlands beyond Iowa State and the Hawkeye Wrestling Club, came back to defeat the Cyclones at 24-11 in an Iowa City duel. OU's problems at the Evanston, Illinois tournament were also reflected in the individual rankings when 5 ranked Sooners were demoted.
Like us at Facebook.com/CSNNE. Tune in to pregame live to see if your question.
3 of the 4 leaders on daily Oklahoma's Class A and B high school basketball ratings suffered defeats last week, but only one of them is giving it up the number 1 post. Taft Class A boys and Lomega Class B girls retained the top spots in the strength of the season-long showings. Both were beaten by an undefeated opponent from a higher class. So it's question Class B boys for that matter, but that the Wildcats did not have enough victories over the strong teams to hold their number 1 perch. Cashan splits to 4 beyond Boynton, beaten only by Taft. Chattanooga beating only all. Winning Snyder, which Preston went to its record to 15-1 by winning the Willika Invitational. Actually, Orcauchi and KWTV, 1-2 teams and A girls came close to being deposed because of the outstanding showing of an unbeaten Aquino after a late start because of the school sweep. In that state football championship, both Aquino teams have been.
The man, James Harden. Dwight Howard is the biggest name on this team. James Harden.
Round 8 strip titles in the Wheat Capital Tournament at Enid with the girls Nikki and Lomega 52-40 in the finals. Taft retained the lead in the A boys by defeating Roland 6-7-54 and Muskogee 72-70 to reach the finals of the Shrine Tournament in Muskogee. The Pup first lost to Tulsa, Washington 72-92 in the finals, but all foes have been met in the same fate against the Hornets, one beaten and ranked in the number 1 in the state's largest class, which is 5A. Taft now is 10-3, having lost twice to Washington and just once in the 3 shots at Muskogee in number 5A power. That leaves Nano, Coyle, and New Lima all undefeated and all deserving a #1 consideration, but still waiting for a chance to move in the past step. Standard easily won in the Mountain View Invitational. Benson, well regarded side, will 59-45 in the finals. Coyle put the Dotton Cashin's record in the semifinals of the Mulhouse Orlando Tournament 95-66, then beat Carney 89-66 in the finals. New Lima captured in the Stratford Invitational. Cashin led Coyle at halftime 41-33, but was blown out by a 25-4 third quarter burst. Brighton, which has lost only to Taft in 14 shots. Rest until next week's Star Spencer round robin tournament with the Cardinals, where will be severely tested by the Klassen. Mill win and the host Bobcats. Chattanooga also was 13-1 with a lone defeat applied by Snyder. Their Kache and Carolina girls have ample to the opportunity to prove themselves since both are in the tournament champion field next week at Del City. Kache has lost only to Lamega, later gaining. Revenge Lamega and Carolina has been defeated by Bing. Lamega girls slipped to 13-2 with its week capital finals loss to O'Kane, but Karen Edgar's team owns victories over 5 rated teams: Okachi, Dever, Helena, Arapo, and Merritt.
Our internet is fast.
Lamega stay on top with by recent losses by Preston, Milburn, and Alain Clear, which stood on a 2-3-4 rating in the last rating. And that's made for Newsline 9 in this Wednesday, June 13, 1982. I'm Roger Cooper alongside Patrick Suarez and Gary England, and
Make the call. 800-501-6000. Comcast Business.
John Stats, and have a good
Business.
evening. Coming next on Channel 9 will be the Joker's Round with Jack Bird. We'll be back for Newsline 9 late edition. Have a good evening.